two of clubs, how to deal with people who don't refer. And you've heard me talk about this before, that about 15% of the population simply doesn't advocate for anybody. They'll say, I just don't know anyone. And you might want to just check. When somebody says, I don't know anyone, you might want to just check to see if they're part of the 15%, or is it true that right now they just don't know anyone. And so this dialogue works real well with the Jack of Clubs, which is how to handle rejection. And they kind of work hand in hand. So you could use this as an alternative. You'd say, well, that's fine. And I'm curious to know if that's because you aren't entirely comfortable discussing introductions in general, or is it because no one's come to mind yet? The magic word is yet. Or is there something that would have to happen for you to get to the point where you feel entirely comfortable introducing me to someone who would benefit from my help? And so it's a great card just to open up a conversation. Now, if a person says, no, I just don't know anyone and I'm not going to refer you anyone, they could be part of that 15% of the population that just doesn't introduce or recommend anyone. So when people fall into that category, more than likely they've had a bad experience and they don't feel good about it. And that's what I've heard from people who just don't refer anymore. They just have had a bad experience. And once you have a bad experience recommending somebody, particularly if it's a real estate agent or a mortgage bank, it's hard to do it again. Remember, the number one reason people refer is to make themselves feel good. And if they refer somebody and it made them feel bad, they don't want to do it again because they don't want to feel bad again. And another reason is there might be just something missing in the equation. When you're asking for a referral, you're not asking in a way that is connecting with them. There's something missing from your request. So this card is very much like the Jack of Clubs, but used only after you've asked a couple of times with people. So if you're during your hour of power and you've asked this person 3 or 4 times over the course of 4 or 5 years and they've never referred anyone to you, you might want to take out the Two of Clubs and just check, see what's really going on here, see what's the truth is. Because you're evidencing success, letters from the heart, you're inviting them to client events, and it's now your hour of power. This is the 5th phone call over the course of 3 years. They've never introduced anyone, even in the during unit. You might want to just see, what's going on there? What's missing right now? Or are they part of the 15%? Or have they had a bad experience? What's missing? We need to investigate this a little bit. So when you're doing your hour of power, I imagine that you have all of your cards spread out. And we've gone through one of the trainings already that tell you all the cards. There's 16 cards that you would have in front of you for your hour of power. And you look at a name and you go, I've been talking to these people for 9 years. They've never referred anyone to me. It's time for the Two of Clubs. And you take that card out, and that might be the appropriate one. So we're going to role play this with Jared. So let's get started. Okay. So we're working with the Two of Clubs, how to deal with people who don't refer, and we're here with Jared. Okay, so it sounds like this. I'll call you up. Okay. All right. Okay. So guys, ring, 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 ring.
Hi, Joe.
Hey, Jared. I was wondering if you knew anybody who was going to be able to buy or sell soon.
I don't know anyone at this time.
Well, that's fine. And I'm curious to know, is that because you aren't entirely comfortable discussing introductions in general? Or is it because no one comes to mind yet? Or is there something that would have to happen for you to get to the point where you feel entirely comfortable introducing me to someone who could benefit from my help? Can you hear it?
Comfortable.
Okay, so let's do it.
Okay,
so ring, ring. Hello. No, hey, Jared, this is you again? I know it's you. I can tell it. I told you, I don't know anyone, man.
All right. That's fine. And I'm curious to know, is that because you aren't entirely comfortable discussing introductions in general? Or is it because no one's come to mind yet? Or is there something that would have to happen for you to get to the point where you can feel entirely comfortable introducing me to someone who could benefit from my help?
Very good. Yeah, you got it. Yeah. It's all in the inflection.
Yeah. So that was great how you could see how you're going to pause and emphasize those points.
Yeah.
Yeah, dramatically.
Yeah. Analog marking and embedded commands are the 2 most important skills you'll ever learn in NLP. Now, those are fundamentals. because those are the ones that go directly into the unconscious mind. And that's what you want, because that's what will make you money and gives you freedom. The freedom that you need is the freedom to be able to teach people this, so you can free yourself up and you know that the team is running the business. That is important to you.
Very important.